Hello YouTube! Welcome back to the channel. Today I bring you more competitive VGC battles in the Regulation Age format, Scarlet Violet, and this time I bring you a team with one of the most good-looking starters of all time, in my personal opinion. You might disagree, but that's fine. This is a free world. Emboar, the big Pig, is now here with us in our channel. I decided to create a competitive team with Emboar because it's one of the starters that I like the most. It's not my first. I do have a couple of favorites, but Emboar is top 3 of my all-time starters personally. So that's how this team was built, around Emboar and around other things as well, because Emboar is quite a difficult Pokemon to use, but it has a massive damage output. So let's begin. Let's break it down. And before we get into that, as usual, please consider supporting the channel by leaving a like on the video and subscribing. It helps me a ton to keep growing. And thank you to all of you that enjoy my teams, enjoy my videos. So Emboar. Of course, Emboar is a physical attacker. Although Game Freak decided to give it 100 base special attack for no reason. It has 123 base attack, which is the one we're gonna be using. 123 is not crazy powerful. Like, it's fine. There are Pokemon out there with higher attack stat, like Garchomp, for example. But the point here is that in order to, consider how powerful a Pokemon is, it's not only about stats, it's also about the moves. And Emboar has access to really powerful stab attacks. In Flare Blitz, 120 base power. In Close Combat, 120 base power as well. It has the Reckless ability. We're going to be talking about Emboar in a moment. Let's begin with the first one here that is shown on your screen, a Murkrow. Murkrow is the tailwind setter of the team. I decided to include Murkrow this time because Emboar is not very fast. So even with tailwind, which sometimes is going to be enough, but other times it's not going to be enough to outspeed things. And why Murkrow? Because Murkrow has access to Quash. So sometimes you go for Tailwind, sometimes you go for Quash. For those of you that don't know what the move does, Quash is a dark type move, status move that, because of Prankster ability, goes first with Murkrow. Usually goes first, of course, unless you are facing Pokemon that also are using priority moves and are faster than Murkrow. But the point of the move is that you force a specific target to always move last during that turn in the priority bracket. So that is amazing for a Pokemon like Emboar, because you might be outsped. Let's say your opponent leads a Tailwind Whimsicott next to a Garchomp, or a Talonflame next to a Garchomp or something. You can quash the partner, right? Like the Garchomp or whatever is next to the Tailwind setter. That is not a Dark type, of course, because Dark types are immune to Prankster moves. And then Emboar would outspeed, or not outspeed technically, it would move first. And that's the idea. It would move before the target of the Quash. So that's nice. We have also Haste, which is nice to get rid of Dondoso's boost. And also to get rid of your own drops, because this team has some Pokemon that are going to use very powerful moves that have this secondary effect of reducing your own stats, like Goldengo and Emboar. So you can haze those away, which is pretty nice. And then Foul Play for damage is especially defensive Murkrow with a lot of special defense. Eviolite to take a little bit better some hits. Murkrow's defenses are really bad, but with Eviolite and some investment, it's still decent. And then Terra Ghost, just situational in case you want to really like avoid Fake Out or some like really powerful normal type moves. And then we have Goldengo. Murkrow and Goldengo, for those of you that have played VGC this past generation, it's really straightforward. You set up Tailwind and you have a Specs Goldengo next to it to do as much damage as possible with the move Make It Rain. Now, Make It Rain is one of these moves I was talking about before that drops your own stats. It specifically drops your special attack. So you can haze that away with Murkrow. Pretty simple. Goldengo's Good as Gold ability is really useful because you are immune to status moves, but it's not immune to Haste, because Haste is a status move that is not targeted at Goldengo, it's for the entire field. So Goldengo can still get these stats, let's say, reset with Haste support from Murkrow. So you can spam Make It Rains constantly with technically a neutral attack stat, because you can haze that, which is pretty nice. You have Shadow Bolt, Thunderbolt, Power Gem to also have some decent coverage into other things. I could have put Trick there. I know a lot of Goldengos that are Choice Log have Trick as the last one, but I decided to go with Power Gem because Power Gem, in my opinion, is pretty decent right now in the format. There are a lot of things that you want to hit with it, like for example, Volcarona, Talonflame, to name a few. Incineroar also. which can do a decent 60 to 70% to Incineroar most of the time, so I think that's pretty nice. It's a timid Goldingo, it's not modest, just to be as fast as possible. And Terra Steel, of course, for more damage. And then Emboar, hopefully one of the stars of the show. Emboar has Flare Blitz, Ghost Combat, Wild Charge, Sucker Punch with Choice Band. It's a Terra Fire Ember for more damage. Guys, Choice Band, Terra Fire, Reckless boosted, Flare Blitz can OHKO a lot of things. A lot of things, like for example, Ursaluna. You can OHKO Ursaluna with a neutral Flare Blitz. A Pokemon with massive HP and massive defense is gone with this combination. So that's how powerful this Pokemon is. And as I was saying before, it has 123 base attack set, so it's not crazy high. But then, you know, why this thing is so powerful? First of all, as I said, strong moves. You really want strong moves when you have a physical attacker having a lot of attack stat, but with moves that are like 80 base power or 90 base power, it's not really nice. But that's not the case for Ember. We do have a lot of powerful moves. And not only that, Reckless makes those powerful moves, well, some of them, stronger. Reckless is an ability that gives a 20% increase in power to moves that have a recoil mechanic. Like moves that take recoil are boosted by Reckless. So we have a stronger Flare Blitz and a stronger Wild Charge. 144 base power Flare Blitz and 108 Wild Charge factor in the Reckless boost, which I think is amazing. And then Emboar has access to Sucker Punch. I think that's pretty nice because Emboar obviously is very slow. So if you can outspeed the opponent, you go for your stronger moves. If you cannot outspeed the opponent and you think Emboar is going down and is maybe not surviving the turn, Sucker Punch is a nice option with the Choice Band. It's not stab, it's not Reckless boosted also, but it's still priority and it's decent with Choice Band, just situational. And then this Emboar has a little bit of speed investment, right? Emboar has bad defenses. Let's say it's 65 on physical and special, so it's not great, but its HP is actually pretty good, 110. So with some investment, it's still able to tank some hits decently well. But don't expect a lot of like bulk from this thing. It's fine, but it's not amazing, unfortunately. Those 100 special attack points, Game Freak, why didn't you just put some of those into defenses, right? Like you could have just said like, okay, let's give this thing 80 special attack and let's put 10 more into the physical and special defense. That would have been amazing. No one would have complained, or maybe even better. Let's put 20 into both defenses and let's give this thing with 60 special attack. That would have been great, but Game Freak apparently back in the day didn't know how to do stat distribution, so unfortunately that's the case for a lot of Pokemon in previous generations. But they apparently have learned their lesson for the most part, and this last generations we had some crazy stat distributions for that, which I think is really good for the competitive game for the most part. So Emboar, it has some speed to outspeed things with Tailwind, but you know, if something is faster, you just use Squash, ideally. And then we have Gardevoir. Gardevoir, another Pokemon that I wanted to include. Some people had asked me about Gardevoir on my Spanish channel a couple of weeks ago. So I decided, okay, let's give it a try because I think it has potential here because the idea of this team is to go for Tailwind to outspeed the opponent, so Trick Room teams can be annoying. So a Imprison Gardevoir made a lot of sense because you can also imprison Moonblast. I have 2 Dragon types in the last part of the team, so Imprison and Moonblast is amazing. This Gardevoir is Moonblast, Expanding Force, Imprison, Trick Room, Focus Sash, Telepathy, Max Speed, Max Special Attack, there it goes. Telepathy is nice because you have Garchomp, so you can Earthquake next to Gardevoir, and Gardevoir would not take any damage from the Earthquake because that's what Telepathy does. It avoids taking damage from partners. And then we have Terra Ghost, just in case you need to keep your Focus Sash intact against Fake Out Pokemon, or, you know, Population Bomb from Mousehole or Dragonite, something like that. You imprison Trick Room, but you can also imprison Moonblast against things like Primarina. And funny enough, I was experimenting with a Hyper Voice Moonblast set just to completely shout down Primarina. You can imprison that, and they cannot Hyper Voice or Moonblast you. But I think Expanding Force overall proved to be more useful because sometimes you need to actually do damage with your Psychic moves against something like a Moongoose, and I didn't like being walled by a Moongoose when I had a Psychic type there, so I decided to just replace Hyper Voice for Expanding Force. It was overall better. The idea of shutting down Primarina entirely was great, but maybe not as consistent as I initially thought. So Expandiforce, you can shut down, Psychic Spam teams that rely on Expandiforce, and then just shut down their Trick Room as well. So that's pretty nice. It's timid, remember. The Gardevoir is timid max. We have Garchomp and Dragonite, double Dragon Core to round out the team. This is a jolly max speed, max attack Garchomp with Life Orb, Rough Skin for some residual damage if they touch you with a contact move. Earthquake, Dragon Claw, Stomp, to protect with a defensive Terra Steel. And finally, Dragonite, which has an Assault Vest set, but is Inner Focus, is not multi-skill. I wanted to have that immunity to Intimidate because the team obviously does not have a Defiant Pokemon like Kingambit or Annihilate, so Intimidate can be a problem. Inner Focus allows Dragonite to not be vulnerable to Intimidate drops and also to be immune to Fake Out flinching. So you can just have a guaranteed attack with it when you are in front of Fake Out users, which I think is really valuable for a team like this. It's a Terra Flying variant with Terra Blast, Ice Spinner, Extreme Speed, Low Kick, with a lot of attack investment, Adamant Nature, and quite a lot of speed investment also to outspeed some things. It's a solvent, so it can tank hits a little bit better on the special side. This is a team guide. You have the guys who have the Poke Paste in the description down below, and we're going to play some battles. Hopefully, we can make Emboar work. I'm not sure if I'm going to be bringing Emboar to all the games, of course, because this is a team at the end of the day. If I can see a scenario where maybe Emboar would be useful, I would 100% try to do it, but let's see how many games we can bring the pick to the battle. So let's begin with our first match of the day. And we found our first opponent of the day. We're playing against a Japanese player from 189 rating, and it's a Dondozo team with Rillaboom, Incineroar, Glimora, and Goldengo. Okay, it's Dozo Tatsugiri with double Fake Out at Glimora, but there's no Tailwind here, which is kind of weird to see in a Dozo team nowadays. Usually they have Tailwind for the other modes. Okay. So, how do I want to play this? Of course I have Murkrow, which is a problem for their Dondozo, so they probably know that. I can haze that, so they're going to try to lead with something that can deal with Murkrow, I imagine. What is that? Is Glimora, I suppose? So I might go Garchomp, Dragonite, and then in the back, Murkrow with Goldengo. I'm a little bit scared of the Incineroar. They probably bring Incineroar, right? But it's not a game for Emboar, unfortunately. I mean, Wild Charge used to do a decent chunk. I imagine around 30 to 40% to a +2 Dozo, right? Like, it's technically stab with the Choice Band, and it's Reckless boosted, so yeah, Incineroar Glimora was 100% what I was expecting. 100% what I was expecting. So that's why it's Air Balloon. It's Air Balloon Glimora. That's interesting. So, if it's Air Balloon Glimora, they don't have Meteor Beam. So I'm gonna switch into Goldengo here. And I'm gonna go for low kick into the Incineroar slot. It's risky because I'm technically bringing a Goldengo, which is a Steel type, in front of Incineroar, but I think they're gonna fake out the Garchomp slot exactly, and they're gonna just go for a. Oh, the Glimora is lower. They went for Moral Spin. So yeah, Dragonite is poisoned now. Which is expected. So Make It Rain would definitely kill this thing. But if Incineroar is Citrus Berry, I don't know if I want a Terra just yet. I think I just slow kick Incineroar and Make It Rain. They switch out. Into what though? Into Goldengo. Okay, so they didn't bring the Dondozo, which is honestly fine. I see Murkrow in the back, but yeah, this is not gonna do much to them. So I'm fine sacking Murkrow. I don't want to touch this Glimora with a physical move. I'm gonna sack Murkrow. I don't need it. I cannot do much to Goldango. Well, another Makerin would do around 40 something, so if I put it in range, it wouldn't be bad. But the problem is, in order to attack it with a decent move, I would have to Terra. And I don't know if I want to Terra. Nah, I'm just gonna Ice Spinner this thing. Just for chip. I think it's choice specs. Has no bulk. Like, I did around 45 with Make Rain. And Shadow Ball. That's fine. Ice Spinner. For some damage. Has Toxic Spikes. Okay, so now I have to touch you, basically. Yeah, the damage is done. I was trying to avoid touching this thing with Dragonite because it has Toxic Debris. I think I'm going to Foul Play here. And I'm just going to Low Kick into you. The Shadow Ball. Dragonite does not die. Special defense drop, that's annoying. Low Kick. Get rid of the Air Balloon. Yep, Air Balloon Puppet. Foul Play. Goldango is gone. And they Power Gym the Murkrow, so Murkrow's dead. Actually, no, it's not. Okay, Goldango cannot be poisoned, which is nice. And I still have the Terra intact. What's the last one, though? It should be Rillaboom, right? They are not revealing that yet. What if it's Tatsugiri? I think I'm going to Tailwind here and just go for Low Kick into you. Just in case the last one is Tatsugiri and it's like Choice Scarf variant. I think that's just optimal. Let's see. Like, they cannot flinch Dragonite. Oh, they're terrestrializing. Then Incinerate into a Ghost type, I imagine. Wow, they really are. Into a Grass type, that helps also. Obviously, they're not taking super effective damage from Low Kick anymore. But that means you cannot tear the Glimora. Fake Out into Murkrow does not KO. It should still... Yeah, it's a decent chunk. Citrus Berry, yep. And Moral Spin. Okay. I think Dragonite dies here, right? It might survive. No. It was close. Okay. Okay. I get it. Now I have a Garchomp. So I'm not gonna Terra the I'm gonna regular Make It Rain. I have to. And I'm gonna Dragon Claw into the Incineroar slot. If they switch out into Rillaboom or into Tatsugiri, this does a ton of damage. And I still have my... Yeah, it's Rillaboom. They're just not bringing Dondoso because they saw Murkrow and they were scared of the Murkrow. Spiky Shield, that's fine. That is totally fine. That's a lot of damage. Wow, I was not expecting doing 50% to that. Rillaboom's gone. Okay. So now I just Stomping Tantrum and Terra Makey Rain. And that should be GG, because the Gardevoir is confirmed to be slower than Goldengo. So it's not a timid variant. It was even slower than Dragonite. So I Terra Makey Rain now and go for the Tantrum here. That should be GG. Because Incineroar can only Fake Out one. And both of my Pokemon hit Glimmora for super effective. And if you use Fake Out, you're not attacking me. So I can just attack you next turn with both of my Pokemon. So this should be GG. Unless something crazy happens. And no, he's just giving up. Stomping Tantrum to your Glimmora, which does not have the Air Balloon anymore. And then this, I'm -1, but a single target in this Terra Steel. So this should be enough. This should be enough. Yeah, it is enough. GG to our opponent. It was a Doso team without Doso because they were scared of the Murkrow. I did bring Murkrow in case they bring Doso, because why would I not bring Murkrow if it's supposed to help into Doso? So GG to our opponent. That was a great game one. Unfortunately for the Emboar lovers, we couldn't use Emboar in this game one, but that's fine. We're gonna still have some more battles, see if we can. I'm gonna see if we can use Emboar in the other battles. Let's get into our second match of the day. And we found our second opponent of the day, Brown from 626. Which is using a very interesting team. Wow, it's a Politoed, Flamigo, Basculegion, Bramblegast, Weezing Galar, and Archaludon. So it's a rain team, but not a conventional rain team. It's another type of rain team with Weezing and, what's it called? Politoed. Huh. Can Flamigo learn Tailwind? It does learn Tailwind. I don't know how I want to approach this. Like, it's a rain team, but with Weezing. So technically, I go with Murkrow. But if they lead Weezing, my Prankster is going to be gone. They have lots of fast attackers, but I think Gardevoir is not bad. Sash. And I can Psychic the Weezing, the Flamigo. So I'm actually going to lead Gardevoir. I'm going to have a Garchomp and Dragonite, I think. Should I bring Goldengo? I think the answer is probably yes. Nah, let's bring Dragonite. So unfortunately, Emboar has to wait a little bit, but like, guys, like, it's a rain team. Please, please, please understand. I cannot bring Emboar into a team like this. I mean, I could, but it wouldn't do that hard. But let's see, let's see. I'm still very excited to use Emboar in the other battles. So Basculegion Flamigo. Interesting. Interesting. I could Quash, but I'm risking losing Murkrow and not getting the Tailwind. It might be a Sash Flamigo, right? I want a Tailwind, and I can even Moonblast a Basculegion if I want. Nah, I'm gonna Moonblast Flamigo. Oh, we see a Terra immediately. Is it Terra Steel Flamigo or something? It is. Okay. Fine. Ish. Is it? Okay, so let's see what they're doing. I imagine they attack here into the Gardevoir. And they have Tailwind. I knew it. And flipped her. That seems like Bandit. Okay. I can quash. Weezing. I cannot quash. Oh, it's Misty Surge Weezing. Let's go. Huh. Flamigo could be max speed, so I don't want to lose a Gardevoir. I'm going to quash Flamigo and just Expanding Force this thing. It could be max speed Jolly, so it outspeeds Gardevoir, so this is just optimal, I think. How much is this doing? It's a one-shot. Let's go, Gardevoir! And they have Brave Bird. Okay, cool. So I imagine the last one is Pelipper, right? Pelipper Basco Legion is what I'm expecting in the back. So you have Tailwind, Braver. Do you have White Guard? I'm gonna bring Garchomp. Basco Legion. So I'm gonna quash here, not the Flamigo. I'm gonna quash into the Basque and Earthquake. I don't think they have Wide Guard after Regular Tailwind, but they could. So they bring Pelipper here, right? Not Pelipper, Politoed. I keep forgetting that it's not a Pelipper, it's a Politoed. So we quash this thing and we Earthquake, which should not KO, but should do a ton. That's a lot of damage to Politoed. That's not a bulky Politoed at all. There's no way you're bulky. Like, even if you have Citrus, that is just very suspicious. Wave Crash into the Murkrow. It's a lot of damage. That is Bandit Wave Crash. They don't die. So I have to. The thing about Politoed is it could have Ice Beam. This is a tricky position because the obvious play is protect Garchomp and attack with Dragonite. But what if they have Ice Beam? If I Terra, I'm gonna Ice Beam or protect. I think it's just overall better. Yeah, they can also switch to save it. I was thinking about that, but that's not really bad, I think. Let's see who's faster between Politoed and Dragonite. I think Dragonite, but I could be wrong. Okay, Politoed just protected. That's a respectable damage. Tailwind ends. How many rain turns? 3. So I could Terra because they could have Protect. Flamigo could Protect, they could sack Politoed. Yeah, that's what they're gonna do, right? Flamigo protects, Politoed dies, and then they bring Basco Legion, and then they kill the Garchomp, and then, like, Flamigo kills Dragonite. But I can use attack. I think they're just gonna protect. Yeah, they're gonna protect and sack Politoed. But if my math is correct, I should win. Because the other play I was... if I had Protect and Dragonite, I would have double protected here. But I don't. So the other play I was thinking is just like protecting Garchomp and going for a attack into Flamigo. So that way next turn I can pick up a double KO. But then I thought, like, I think this is still fine because they cannot kill both. Flamigo cannot kill Dragonite. And then I can just extreme speed them later. If they go for Braver, they're gonna take recoil, and if they go for close combat, they're gonna be -1 defense. So they revealed Tailwind, Detect. So I just Ice Spinner Earthquake here, I think. Yeah, last respects into Garchomp. Garchomp's dead. Exactly, and then Braver, but I win with Quick Guard, with Quick Attack, with Extreme Speed. I was thinking, like, they cannot, like, because the other day I faced a Flamigo that had Quick Guard. So this is just a guaranteed win, I think. Based on the damage Ice Spinner did to it, Extreme Speed is 100% picking here, from here. Like, look, it's just less than 5%, I think. So, yeah. Even though the Protect Sack Politoed was pretty expected, I didn't think I needed to read anything because this was the end game that I thought was going to happen. So GG to our opponent. It was a nice team for sure. Flamigo Tailwind with Politoed. Definitely interesting. And that Weezing. Gardevoir picking the KO there. Really, really good. GG to round. Let's get into our next match of the day. And we have another opponent. We are playing against Victoria from Radiant 55. Hi, Victoria. I think I have played against you in the past. I think I've played against this player. I remember her team. I think that Ursaluna is Choice Bandit with Double Edge, is what I recall. And the Murkrow has Squash. This is tricky. This is definitely tricky, but I think I'm going to go with this. I think I played against this player already, and I'm not fully sure if I remember, but I think the Ursaluna was Bandit with Double Edge. And the problem is that they might be faster than my Emboar if they're max speed. Let's see. And I think they have Quash. I could Terra Flare Blitz, but I'm not sure if I want to Terra or if I want to save the Terra for something else. I think Flare Blitz plus Squash is probably okay. They went for Tailwind, but I went for Quash. Now, I didn't go for close combat. You might be asking, why didn't you go for close combat? Like, what if this thing is actually a... what's it called? Oh, it was almost a one-shot, and they double edge. If I would have close combat, or if I would have Terra'd, this thing would have died. 100%. But I didn't want to risk it because they could Quash me. And if it's a fast Ursaluna, it's going to be faster than the Emboar. If it's a slow Ursaluna, I was 100% faster. But that's fine. Right? Okay. So I actually want to go for Terra Flare-Blitz now. Into the Murkrow and go for Trick Room. Let's see. Let's see if I wanted to save the Terra for Dragonite, but given the circumstances, I'm not sure if I can afford to do it. So, Gardevoir Sash, I'm going to survive anything they do to me. And I resist Psychic move, so I think I can get this Trick Room off relatively free. Oh, they protected with Spathra. They foul play my fighting type. Oh my goodness, that almost picked up the KO, but Emboar. Bye, Murkrow. If I would have Terra Fire and attacked that Ursaluna, you saw that it survived with like 1 HP. This thing would have KO'd Ursaluna easily. I didn't do it, but I could have. Thank you for your service, my shiny Emboar, by the way. Brought it from Generation 6, I think. And we get Trick Room off. Which is great. Gardevoir put in work here. What's the last one? I imagine Indeedee. Is it Sneasler? Indeedee. Okay. I could Expanding Force. I want an Ice Spinner to get rid of the terrain. Like, that's why I want to save the Terra for Dragonite, because I don't do any damage here. Terra Blast is special. It's physical if your attack is higher, but I'm not sure if it's like only when you Terrastalize. If I can Expanding Force. I don't think I need to Expanding Force, honestly. I'm just gonna Ice Spinner there and click in person. Yeah, I'm gonna click in person. Oh, there is a Terra. Indeedee is gonna Terra. And Terra Psychic. So he's going for his Expanding Forces. Ice Spinner should go first. 40% into that thing is not bad. And in person, so you cannot reverse the Trick Room and you cannot use Expanding Force. No Expanding Force for you, and no Expanding Force for you too. Okay. Sorry. This was the plan all the time, all along. This was the plan. So I'm sorry. I just double you. The battle was cancelled. Thank you for your service, Gardevoir and Emboar. That was a great showcase of these two Pokemon working together as a team. I'm really happy we managed to get Emboar to do a really good job in this match, honestly. I'm a little bit sad that it didn't pick up the Ursaluna. I actually want to cog that because it survived with 1 HP, so I imagine it has no bulk. So let's see, Ursaluna, and we're gonna try to find our next opponent of the day while I cog this. And we found our next opponent of the day. We were playing against a Japanese player from 119, and I just make the cog, and that Ursaluna apparently had no HP, and it was a 90 to 106%. Like, that was the damage. So assuming they obviously had no HP investment, it was a 50% chance, 43% chance of getting the one-hit knockout into that with Flare Blitz. If I would have Terra, that was just gone. Okay, that's the power of Emboar. We're playing against someone with Sneasler, Talonflame, Primarina, Ursaluna, Dragonite, and Goldengo. So it's a Tailwind team. I kind of want to go Emboar here. But I'm a little bit worried about the Talonflame. Because Talonflame is going to Braver you. And pick up the KO. I could Terra just to avoid that, but not sure if it's worth it. Not sure if it's worth it. And I cannot quash Talonflame. So I might just go Goldango. And then have Emboar in back. With something fast. Maybe Garchomp. Let's go with Garchomp. I think if that was not a Talonflame, I would 100% lead Emboar. And just start spamming attacks. But the issue is, for example, if that was a Whimsicott or a Murkrow, it's a Talonflame. They can Braver the Emboar. I could Terra, but if I Terra, I think it's going to be a 2-shot regardless. The good thing is that Emboar cannot be burned, though. So, Talonflame with Dragonite. Okay. So, I could go for Tailwind and Power Gem into anything here. But I wonder if the Dragonite is banded and they just double my Murkrow with Extreme Speed and Bravered. I kind of want to lock into Power Gem, but at the same time I don't. I'm going to Tailwind and go for Thunderbolt, actually. Because as long as I eliminate... Oh, that's a Dragonite with Terra. Yeah, that might be Terra normal. But as long as I eliminate the Talonflame, if you double into my Murkrow, it's Terra Ground. Oh. And I lock into Thunderbolt. And they protect. Okay. Okay, I get it. I get it. Protect Talonflame with Terra Ground, Earthquake, or Stomping Tension Dragonite. Fair game. I got nothing, and bye-bye, Goldango. Fair game. Yeah. What can I say? Okay, so it's Earthquake Dragonite. The question is, are you multi-skill or inner focus? Because if you are inner focus, Emboar can kill you. If you're multi-skill, Emboar cannot kill you. But what is my other option? Going Garchomp? Oh no. If I go Garchomp, I cannot KO this thing. So I'm gonna go with Emboar, and I just have to hope it's not a multi-skill Dragonite. You have Earthquake with only Talonflame as your immunity. That's crazy. Okay, the game is not over. I could break the multi-skill with Foul Play and attack him with Emboar, but the Talonflame is going to Tailwind. So that's not going to work because it just Earthquakes me. Right? So I'm going to quash the Talonflame. And I'm going to get the Terra Flare Blitz into Dragonite. Oh. Okay. Okay. How much is this Choice Banded Terra Fire Flare Blitz doing into you? I wish I had Taunt now. Murkrow just don't taunt the Talonflame, but Quash works here. How much is this doing? I think it's doing around 80%. You saw that damage? You saw the damage, right? That damage is crazy, man. It's literally crazy. So I'm just gonna Flare Blitz into the Talonflame and Foul Play the Primarina. That should be enough from that range. Might Brave it here, but just in case Primarina's faster than Emboar, it's probably better to use Foul Play. That did 90% to a Primarina. Emboar! Calm down, buddy. I think Talonflame goes down here. Unless it's really bulky. But it showed Protect, so not sure. He's really thinking. It has Taunt. That's really bad. That's extremely bad. Crit, not sure if it mattered. Taunt, Tailwind, Protect, and Bravery, I imagine. How much is this doing to you, though? If you are not bulky, you die from this. Where is your resistance to a Choice Band? Flare Blitz Emboar. Wow. If he didn't taunt, I think I win this. But he did taunt, so. Can Garchomp win this? You cannot lock into Earthquake next to your Sneeze Lair. So I'm gonna Foul Play here. I think I have 2 turns of one turn of Tailwind. That's bad. They have 2. Can Protect. Do I want to save Emboar is the question. Can it give me Sucker Punch? I'm going to switch into Garchomp. I might lose Garchomp here, but let's see. Close combat. You break your own Sash. And you drop your defenses. What are you doing here? Ice Spinner. And we die. And we die. That's bad. Expanded Dragonite with Earthquake. This Sneasler has... Wait a second. Wait. We have Sucker Punch, right? But it's resisted. But his -1. No, it's not going to pick up. If Murkrow would have survived there, I think we had a chance. It might have been a roll, even. It's one more turn of Tailwind for them. They have to attack the Emboar here with these Slayer. And Emboar wouldn't survive. I have Sucker Punch, but I don't think Sucker Punch would do enough because obviously Sneasler resists that. That losing Goldengo so early to this thing is... Oh, it was close. If I would have crit... If I would have crit, though... If I would have crit, we win. I'm actually going to cog the Ice Spinner Calc into the Murkrow because I'm pretty sure that was a roll. Choice Banded, Ice Spinner. into Murkrow. Oh no, it was not a roll actually. It was just guaranteed to KO with my spread. Wow. Murkrow's defenses are really bad. It was literally guaranteed. But Choice Band Ice Spinner is not something I expected. GG to our opponent. You know what? I lost, but Emboar KO'd a Talonflame with Flare Blitz and almost KO'd a Primarina. The only reason why I lost is because that Talonflame had Protect and the Dragonite was Banded Earthquake. That was the only reason why I lost. If neither of those things happened, I think I would have won. Because, like, let's say you're Banded Earthquake, fine. If Talonflame goes down, it's a 1v1 and I can win with my other 3. Or if you didn't have the Choice Banded Earthquake. But both things happened. Props to my opponent, of course. GG to them. Let's get into our last battle of the day. And we found our next opponent of the day. Someone from 111. Let's see. It's playing with Meowscarada, Delphox, Dragonite, Archaludon, Incineroar, and Ursaluna Blood Moon. Maybe that Meowscarada has Trick Room. It's kind of like a weird team. You have double Fire, double Dragon. What do I do here? What do I do here? I'm trying to understand their potential item sets here. Archaludon probably does not have a Assault Vest. Maybe the Ursaluna is a Assault Vest. There are 2 Dark types. For the most part, Emboar wills a lot of things. Who has a Sash, though? I really want to bring Emboar here. I just don't know. I think it's a Trick Room Meowscarada. I could be wrong. But Meowscarada is kind of annoying for this team. It has Ice Spinner for the Dragon types and Knockoff for Goldango. I think I'm going to go Emboar, actually. I think I have to. And then, like, Garchomp. Gardevoir? Let's bring Garchomp Gardevoir, actually. It's kind of tough. I don't know the idea of this team. Like, maybe it's Scarf Delphox. What is Delphox doing in a team like this without Indeedee? That's the tricky part. And only one can have Sash. Both Meowscarada and Delphox are usually really frail, so let's see. It's a pledge idea, maybe? I want to check my speed. It's 96, so it's... Meowscarada is 183, I think. 193, so I'm not outspeeding Meowscarada, unfortunately. It's 192. No, it's not 180. So I do outspeed it. No, it's a speed tie. Okay. If I Tailwind. I think I'm going to Quash here, and I'm going to go for Terra Flare Blitz into the Delphox. That's what I'm going to do. It might be Pledges. It might be Pledges, but it could also be a Trick Room Meowscarada for what it's worth. And I think Choice Band, Terra Fire, Emboar should KO that Delphox. Quash goes first. You move last in the turn. And it's going for Knockoff into Murkrow. And this Delphox should go down, right? It doesn't matter if you resist it. It doesn't matter if you resist the power of this pick. Okay. Now I wish I made my Ember 1 point faster just for Meowscarada. I didn't mean to speed type with it. Dragonite. I could Tailwind here. And go for Flare Blitz. I'm gonna go for Tailwind into Flare Blitz into Dragonite. Oh, you protect it? Okay. Interesting. I could be Assaultus, could be Bandit. How do I know you have Protect? That's fine. Knockoff here. That did so much damage. Feels like Bandit. So he's gonna extreme speed me now, I suppose. Just in case it's Ash. Nice crit. He went for Sucker Punch. But I went for Sucker Punch first. And Skill Shot. I'm so tired of this Skill Shots, Dragonite. Like, honestly, I'm just tired. Like, I'm tired. So Sucker Punch would KO the Dragonite from here, I think. Well, I'm not Bandit anymore, actually. Who should I bring here? I think Garchomp. You have Knockoff and Sucker Punch. And I showed that I have Sucker Punch to avoid your Sucker Punch. So I wonder if you would do it again. Dragon Claw there into Wild Charge or just another Sucker Punch. I'm gonna Wild Charge this thing. They protect it. They're trying to stall my thing. They double protected. Okay. So I have one more turn of Tailwind, I think. Yes, I have one more turn of Tailwind. I need to eliminate this thing. And I think it's Terra Steel. I really think it's Terra Steel. I can Dragon Claw you. Every single Skill Shot Dragonite has been Terra Steel. So I think I'm gonna Earthquake. I'm gonna risk it and Sucker Punch the Meowscarada. He's Terrasolizing. We called it, guys. We called it. Please be Terra Steel. Don't be Terra Flying. Thank you. Every single Skill Shot Dragon has been Terra Steel. So there is that. We Sucker Punch the thing. And you don't have... Oh, and he tried Sucker Punch. I'm sorry, Emboar. You're going to die here, but it was for a good reason. You don't have Ice Spinner. Like, I know you don't have Ice Spinner. I was thinking Sucker Punch plus the Earthquake would be enough. It wasn't enough. Yeah, it's because I didn't have the Choice Band anymore, but that's fine. That's fine. I needed to Sucker Punch to avoid their Sucker Punch. And my Emboar was always faster, so I wonder if that Meowscarada is just like Adamant, maybe? Ursaluna is the last one. I don't like this. We can still lose because this thing is Assault Vest. And we didn't KO Meowscarada and we lost Emboar. We can still lose. I'm gonna Earthquake and Moonblast here. It might be in... Oh man, it might be in Overgrow range. I don't have any other option. He went for Protect. Okay. Earthquake, which is my best plan. Regardless. It's not gonna be enough. That was close. Blood Moon here. Well, I'm Sash. But like Flower Trick with Overgrow would do a maximum of 82%. So there's a chance I die here. And they're Solvis most likely, so they go for Vacuum Wave here. I just have to Earthquake. And I wish I had Dazzling Gleam, but it's gonna be down to Garchomp. Yeah, Vacuum Wave here. And Flower Trick with Overgrow. Come on, Garchomp. You can do it. Garchomp, we need you. No. No, it was close. It was close. It was very close. I think because my Emboar was outspeeding always that thing, that was Adamant Meowscarada actually. So if it's Adamant Meowscarada, it was still a roll though. It was still a roll. I had 147 on the Garchomp. Assuming it's Adamant, that was a 68% chance to Oko. And if it's Jolly Meowscarada, which I think it's not the case because I was outspeeding all the time, the Flower Trick was a 18% chance. So I had a decent chance of winning that game. I think he should have just Vacuum Waved the Garchomp, honestly. He should have just Vacuum Waved the Garchomp to ensure that, because maybe he thinks I have Dazzling Gleam, so that's why. But yeah, that was a close game. Let's get into our next one. And we found our next opponent. We're playing against Joy from 1853. Let's see what Joy is bringing. Is using a Pavilion and Whimsicott on the same team. Wow, Joy. Annihilate, Garchomp, Goldingo, Primarina, Vivillon, or Pavilion, however that thing is pronounced, and Whimsicott. So obviously this could be a beat-up thing, and the Vivillon could be just like Rage Spouter type of thing, but like it could also be Tailwind. I imagine the Tailwind is only on the Whimsicott. You wouldn't have double Tailwind there. I could have Friend Guard also. I think Vivillon gets Friend Guard. So there's the option, obviously, for the Whimsicott to have beat up. I'm gonna go with Emboar here, honestly. And then in back, we go Goldingo with Garchomp. Or just Gardevoir, Garchomp. Gardevoir wouldn't be bad, actually. Yeah, let's go Gardevoir, Garchomp. What's the speed stat of Vivillon? I think it's 90? It's 89, so it's actually faster than Gardevoir, unfortunately. It's actually faster because we're base 80. We're teaming max speed, but they're faster, so they could technically Sleep Powder. That's why I wanted to go Goldingo, but they could have Garchomp and I cannot do anything. Whimsicott Ape. Now the question is, I want a Tailwind here, but the question is, who do I target? Are you Sash? I think Vivillon is a Sash and your Whimsicott is just Cover Cloak. I'm going to Flare Blitz the Whimsicott. Oh, we see a Terra. Well, if you Terra the Whimsicott, which is what you're doing, you're not able to Terra the Annihilate anymore, which means my Gardevoir is going to have a good time hitting you. So I think he's going to go for beat up here. Yeah, if you're making this play, you're going for beat up. Flare Blitz, 60%. That's a bulky Whimsicott. No, yeah, beat up into Rage Fist. that's fine, because as I said, if you commit into this, I could have KO'd the Annihilate, by the way. But I was thinking they would tear the Annihilate, not the Whimsicott. But I'm okay with this. Unfortunately, Emboar is not going to be able to do much here. But, I still think this is fine. Because I can quash you to avoid you clicking Tailwind. But they might have the Babylon in the back for Rage Powder, right? So I quash the Whimsicott here and go for Moonblast into it. Yeah. You're not getting the Tailwind, my friend. You're not. So I imagine they're gonna bring the Babylon now. But I just doubled into it. I knew that was a risk I had to take. I never really expected them to really commit into that, like, but that's fine. They did that. Like, I have Goldingo and Gardevoir in my team. You need to tear the Annihilate, but they didn't. Now, here's the thing. You could protect, but I'm gonna go for a double into Babylon. They might just not protect, but I think you should. Yeah, Rage Powder. Rage Powder was the one that made the most sense, so I Moonblast there, and then Foul Play should be enough. You Rage Fist into me. And I'm Sash. Now the issue is if you bring Goldingo here. That's the issue I have. Because you protect and it's Garchomp. I can KO either. But I can only KO one. You can protect. How many Tailwind turns? I have one. I'm going to Foul Play the Garchomp, I think, and switch into my Garchomp. It's a risky play, but I have to do it. I think I have to do it. Gardevoir is my win con. Like, I can KO the Annihilate if I double into it, and then Garchomp wins against his Garchomp. But if they protect Annihilate, I lose. So I have to take the risk regardless of what risk I take. I have to take one risk here. They protect to the Garchomp. That's bad. Unless they double protect here. They protect to the Garchomp. They just went for the read. Oh, they Drain Punch me. Okay. That's fine. I win. Unless you double protect here. So I Tailwind now and go for the Dragon Claw. I could Earthquake, but Earthquake's never killing Garchomp, so their only play here is going for the double protect. They are going for double protect, but they didn't get it. That will be too much. So we should win here. Always. Dragon Claw into this thing. Bye. And then they KO the Garchomp here, but Gardevoir should win. And they're taking Rough Skin Recoil. So, the turn 1 was really weird. Like, they probably disrespect Emboar, which I get it. I understand. You have no experience playing against Emboar. You don't know how hard it hits. I could have easily Terrafire, Flare Blitz your Annihilate and kill it immediately, turn 1. But I just feel like Annihilate usually has Fire Terra or Water Terra, both of which resist Emboar, and I have Gardevoir and Goldingo in my team, so you probably want to save the Terra for Annihilate. And the opponent said, nope, I'm going to Terra the Whimsicott, which, fair, I get it. Tailwind turns, this should be a GG for you. It's going for Protect, I don't get it. You need a triple Protect, and then survive the Moonblast, and then have enough power to beat Murkrow. So, Foul Play is still doing respectable damage to Annihilate. Should do around 30 to 40%. So I don't think how you're winning this, my friend Joy. You need to get a triple. And then see if that is even enough. He's going for the triple. Like, he really wants to win. He really wants the Annihilate to win. Like, he really thinks Annihilate... It's not even going to survive the Moonblast. I don't understand really what the Terra gave to the Whimsicott. Like, obviously, yeah, you mean... You get a Whimsicott to survive the turn, but, like, then Annihilate is going to be in trouble. Obviously, he wanted the Babylon to, like, just help the Annihilate, but that was a great game. Thank you so much, guys, for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed the team, you enjoyed the battles, and we had some really interesting battles with Emboar today and Gardevoir. They both put in work. So thank you so much for watching. You have the rental code, of course, if you want to try it out, and until next time, peace.